Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making oxtails. Now the first thing we're going to do with these oxtails is we're going to clean them. I'm just going to put a little bit of salt and water in this, and no, it's not going to make it salty. It's just going to make it clean. So we're going to clean these oxtails. Okay y'all, I done cleaned these oxtails, and this how they're looking. That's how they looking. And you see, these oxtails don't have a lot of fat on them. Now, if you have oxtails that have unwanted fat on them, just take it out. Unfortunately, these didn't have that much of unwanted fat on it. So, I'm just going to leave it alone because it ain't nothing but flavor, okay? So, these oxtails is washed and cleaned. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to season it. I have 8-piece Creole seasoning here. Now this season, it have everything in it. It have habanero peppers in it. It have red bell pepper, green bell pepper. It have garlic. It have everything in this. In this little jar is everything in there. So I'm gonna marinate my oxtails with this 8-piece. It smells so good. So we're gonna I'm gonna put like 2 teaspoons, I say 3 teaspoons in there. And then that's when you want to start adding your seasonings. Your seasoning salt. Garlic powder. Complete seasoning. And these is just basic seasoning to season these oxtails with. You don't need a whole lot of stuff to season these oxtails to make them taste good if you cook them the way I cook them, okay? Onion powder. Adobo. And y'all, this the adobo with the salt in it, so you don't need that much because you're gonna be putting other seasonings with sodium in it and black pepper. And that's all you need to season these oxtails, okay? And we're gonna stir it up. I'm gonna use my hand. My hand's clean. And we're gonna stir this around. And we want to make sure that 8-piece is covered over all these oxtails, okay? It smells so good. And this is how it looks. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna cover this and I'm gonna let it marinate. And when I come back to start cooking it, I'm gonna let you guys know how long I let this marinate, okay? So I'm gonna let this marinate and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, I'm back. And I told y'all when I come back from marinating the oxtails, I was going to tell y'all how long I marinate the oxtails. And I've marinated them for 24 hours. So you know that flavor is going to be depth in there and so good. And here is the oxtails. It smells so good, y'all, already. I haven't even put it in the pan yet. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these oxtails, I'm going to sear the oxtails. Okay, y'all, I'm going to add my oxtails to the hot pan. I call it my Dutch pot. Y'all probably call it the Dutch oven. But I'm going to sear these, and they not going to be done. I'm just going to sear them so they can have a good sear on all sides. And we're not going to add all of them at once because you want them to get that good sear. And if you add all these in the pot at once, it ain't going to sear. It's going to boil, and you don't want that, okay? Guys, these oxtails is going to have so much flavor, and they is going to be so good. They already smelling good. I wish you can smell it. I wish you had smell-o-vision so you could smell it. Oh my God. And you see I had to turn the pot up. I meant the pot. I had to turn the eye up because as I'm putting them in here, the heat is going down and you don't want that. So I turned the eye up so the heat can stay at a good temperature. And also, when you take your oxtails out the fridge from marinating, don't just throw them in the pot. You're gonna let them sit there and get that coldness off of it, because when if you put it in a pot, it's gonna like shrink up, and you don't want that. So you're gonna let it sit out for like 30 minutes to get that coldness from off of it, and then you'll be good. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna let these sear on all sides, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all. You see how that been seared? This is how you want your oxtails. Okay? Yeah, it smells so good in this kitchen. I wish y'all can be here to smell this, and I know it's going to be tasting even better. So I'm going to take these out, and so I can add the other ones in. And you see all that goodness at the bottom of that pot? When I take these out, let me show you. You see all that at the goodness in that bottom of that pot? You see all that? That ain't gonna be nothing but flavor. Okay, I'm finna add the other ones. Okay, we're gonna let them sear, and that's in the bottom of this bowl. I'm gonna add a little water in it. I'm not gonna wash this out. I'm gonna add a little water in it, and the rest of this seasoning is gonna go in with them oxtails. So I'm gonna let this sear, and when they're done, I'll be back. Okay, y'all, the oxtails is seared real good. And I put a little bit of water in that bowl with that marinade and seasoning. I'm just going to pour it in now. To pick up these little bits at the bottom. And then I'm going to put my oxtails right over in there with all the juices and all. Okay, y'all, here's my secret weapon. I'm going to put Coca-Cola in here. And what this Coke do, it help caramelize the oxtails, and it help break them down and make them real tender. So this Coke is going to be very good, because you know it's going to cook down. Okay? So we're going to pour this Coke over in here. I'm going to use the whole can. And I'm going to also add some more water in here. You don't want to fill your pot up. You just want to put enough for it to cover the oxtails. That's all you need. You just need enough to cover these oxtails. And as they cooking and you come check on them and you feel you need more liquid, then feel free to put more liquid. But right now, that's all it needs. And now I'm finna add the rest of my ingredients. I have Maggie beef. I'm finna put 2 cubes in there. And guys, I want to say happy Memorial Day. I hope you guys enjoy your day. And I want to say to my subscribers, thank you so much for supporting me. Y'all just don't understand how I feel to be supported by a community. So I just want to tell my subscribers / supporters, thank you so much. Okay, I put 2 beef cubes in there. Now I'm gonna my seasoning in. The same seasons that I seasoned the oxtails with, that's the season I'm gonna be using in here. Garlic powder. Adobo. And black pepper. And I'm going to put a pack of this beefy onion soup in there. I'm just going to put 1 pack in. And in it goes. Okay, y'all, I'm going to put a little bit more salt in here. And I cut up a green onion. And I cut medium yellow onion in quarters. And I'm going to add this into the pot. And I have some of this oxtail seasoning that I'm going to add. This just builds flavor. That's all it do. It's just building flavor. I'm just going to add a little bit of that. That's it. That's all you need. Because what this oxtail seasoning going to do, not only do it have seasoning in it, it also going to give you that deep brown color you need. And you don't have to use the gravy master. Okay? Okay, y'all, we're gonna put a top on this, and we're gonna let this cook for about an hour before I come back and check on it. And if it need more liquid, I will add more liquid. Until then, we're gonna let this cook. I'll be back when it's time to check on it. Okay, y'all, it's been about an hour. And I'm finna come and check on these oxtails. Let's see how these oxtails is looking. Let me get y'all a little close. Okay, y'all, this is how these oxtails is looking. I'm gonna see if they almost tender. Okay. Excuse me. They not tender, but they almost there. Okay. So I'm gonna let these cook. I said I'm gonna let them go for another 45 minutes. So I'm gonna let these cook for another 20 minutes. And then I'm gonna put my slurry in there to thicken up my gravy. And I'm also gonna add my butter beans in there. And then let them go another 20 minutes. And then these oxtails should be done by that time. But yeah, that's how they looking. And y'all see what I'm telling you about that Coca-Cola, how I brown that gravy, how I give you that pretty brown, and then I also put that oxtail seasoning in there. So yeah, that's how it's looking. So we're gonna let these go for another 20 minutes before I add the other additions into it, and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, while them oxtails is still cooking, I'm gonna go ahead and come over here and make my slurry, which I'm gonna be making with cornstarch and a little bit of water. Okay, I'm gonna put 1 teaspoon of cornstarch. You know what? I'm gonna put 2 teaspoons of cornstarch. And we're gonna stir this up until that cornstarch dissolves into that water. You want to make sure all that cornstarch dissolves. You want to make sure it ain't sticking around the edges or at the bottom. See, you want to make sure all of it dissolves. Okay, this cornstarch dissolved, and this is going to be my slurry that I'm going to put into my oxtails. So I'm going to set this to the side, and then I'll see you guys back in 20 minutes. And guys, I want to show you, if you see a little bit of grease on the top, don't worry. All you got to do is take your spoon and go and skim as much of that grease as you can off the top. Just take your spoon, it's not hard, and just skim as much of that grease off as you can. Because it ain't nothing but that little fat that's on them oxtail. You see that grease? Now, finish cooking and I'll be back. Okay, y'all, it's been about 20 minutes. Now I'm gonna add my slurry. We're gonna stir this up. See how it's coming thick? That's what you want. Now I'm gonna let that cook for another like 10-15 minutes, and then I'm gonna come back and add my butter beans. Okay guys, it's been 10 minutes. Now, this is the last step. I'm gonna put the butter beans in, and I'm gonna let this cook for about another good 10-15 minutes, or until the butter beans get tender. Okay, you don't want to overcook the beans because you don't want no smushy beans. Okay, we done got the beans in. Again, we're gonna let these cook another 10-15 minutes, or until the beans is tender. And when the beans get tender, you're done. Okay, y'all, it's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna check these and see, is these beans tender? Oh yeah, them is done. Okay, y'all, the oxtails is done. I'm gonna turn it off. Let y'all get a little peek. This is how my oxtails looking. Let you guys see how tender it is. That just broke off. Y'all, these oxtails is so tender. Okay, the oxtails done. I'm gonna get a plate and plate up some, and then I'll come back and show you guys the last result. Okay guys, I got these oxtails plated up, and this is how it's looking. And I hope you guys try this recipe, and if you do, let me know in the comments how you like it, okay? But this is my oxtails. Okay, thank you guys for watching. And again, happy Memorial Day. And to my subscribers, I love you guys. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. And also make sure you hit that notification button so you can know whenever I put up a video. Okay, God bless. Have a good night. Bye-bye.